Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest is Mr. Tim Cox, the Business Optimization Strategist. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Thanks so much, Ray. It's really nice to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. And like I always like to start off, can you explain to me exactly what you do as a business optimization strategist?
Certainly. I work with companies to take back control of their business and get out of it what they're really after. So often, entrepreneurs, business leaders, leadership teams find themselves working really hard, but not necessarily being effective. Working with me and my team, we really give them a chance to take that control and smooth it out, optimize the operations, optimize the team, optimize the company so that they can make their goals and vision a reality.
Now, you have a strategic process in the way that you do this. Can you elaborate a little bit on how exactly you achieve these goals?
Certainly. We have a pretty comprehensive yet simple process and tools that we implement with the leadership team over a series of meetings and events that we work hand in hand with the company. Each company needs some tools differently than others, so we customize it for each client and what their exact needs are. We look at things like, what is the vision? How do we make sure that we all know what that vision is? You know, so often people have a company has a vision statement, but if you ask the people in that company what the company's vision is, either you're gonna get rote exactly what it is, but they have no idea what it means, or you're gonna get 20 to 30 to 50 different answers. So we really make sure to dive in with the client so that they know where they're trying to get throughout the company. We also work with them to make sure they have the right people in the right seats. So often you might have people that are really good at their job, but they're not part of your culture, and they're actually poisoning the operation within the company. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. We also, sometimes we have people that are awesome, like from a culture standpoint, but we've asked them to do too much or something that's totally not in their wheelhouse. Great people, great team member, but they're going to fail because they don't have the skill set, the knowledge, the interest, or the enjoyment in that seat. So those are some of the tools that we work with our clients on, but it's custom each time. And we work with them throughout the year on a set schedule that works with their availability to make a difference. But then we're also available for consultation in between.
That's interesting because, any company, the team, the operations, and the people who run it is really what creates the success.
Definitely.
So if you want to optimize your company, if you want to have greater profits, higher revenues, grow the business, you got to start within. So creating that company culture, making sure everybody's on the same page with it. But I love what you said about you could have someone who's great, has great company culture, but just is in the wrong seat, has the wrong position. And I've actually experienced this myself where great person, great skill sets in the wrong position and was absolutely failing.
So often, it's not just your company, it's so tough for both the boss and the employee. And when we can find a way to get them in the right seat, sometimes people might have this talent that's hidden and oh my gosh, you put them over here and they're killing it where they were struggling in the other one. And part of the system also is just accountability so that those things become obvious. Other things that happen in companies is that people are there, but no one knows that they're really struggling because it's not measured, it's not looked at, it's not clear what they're supposed to get done. And by implementing our system, that really happens throughout the company, and we make life better for everyone in the company.
So do you create KPIs and roles and responsibilities and have tracking mechanisms to keep them
So
accountable?
we don't create those. Our clients create those with our guidance.
Got it.
We are not specific experts in their business. They are the expert. What we bring them is a comprehensive yet simple system that helps them create their measurement. Data is an important point. If you can be on top of the data and be proactive, you can see trends before they are damaging to your business. But I'm not going to tell you in your business what your categories should be. You know that. I'm just going to help you identify them and really get crystal clear on what you need to do.
Now, how did you get started with this? Because you've had multiple businesses, you've had multiple companies, you've been in multiple industries. How did you get to this type of
like so many entrepreneurs, I was just struggling, and no matter what I tried, didn't seem to be working. And I went looking for help. And from that research, I came across a lot of different ideas, a lot of different things, but they still weren't, the answer. And what it really came down to when I discovered this system, it was such a game changer. And it made so much sense. It's not complicated. It's not a consultant coming in telling us what to do, telling us, oh, you must do it this way. We're not coming in and saying, oh, we're the experts. The system allows the experts, who are the people in the business, to be in control with help. And it really empowers them to make a difference. And it made such a difference in our company that when the company sold, when we made that transition, I realized, you know what? It's not necessarily being in business what is my passion. My passion is making businesses successful. And I really enjoy the process and the variety of working with all the different clients. And I finally, after 50 years, know what I want to be when I grow up. And it's such an amazing feeling to get to that point.
And it's rewarding when you see your clients achieving those, next level goals, whether it be increased profitability, increased revenue, or an exit where they get multiples what they're worth, right?
Definitely. And the other part that really makes a difference with our clients is actually some work-life balance. Entrepreneurs so often everything is to the business. It's not that they're running the business is running them. When you have the chance to implement successfully our system throughout the company, you find more free time. You can spend time with friends and family. You can, have the weekend away. You're not always sitting there waiting for the phone to ring. Oh, I got to be available every minute. You trust your team. And that also gives you so much better control. And that's really what makes it so amazing. And when you talk to our clients, that's really the feedback they get. They get our business successful, we grew, profits are great. But what really made the difference is it's not that craziness that's like overpowering. I mean, we've all been there as entrepreneurs when things aren't working. And it's not like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I'm done worrying about that. Still got to make payroll. You have this team and maybe they're not performing like you like, but you still got to pay them. Wow, revenues are a little down. We're going to take on some debt. That credit line's going to be used. Everyone else gets to go home. And if it doesn't work, they go find another job, but that debt's yours. And that's what's so rewarding about working with our clients, because we see them solve these issues. We are along for the journey and guiding and empowering, and sometimes a pat on the back, sometimes a little kick in the rear, because we all need those. Yeah. But to see them succeed, and then to see them, the value in their friendship and their family, that's really where it makes a difference.
And can you describe some of the clients that can benefit from your consulting, your coaching
Certainly.
services?
We've really found that companies with between 10 and 250 employees are kind of at the sweet spot. If you go larger than that, our system gets really challenged because it's focused on being throughout the company so that everyone is aligned. Smaller than that, it's a little it's a little bit much, because with 10 people in a room, we can do something different. But it doesn't matter what the industry is. It can be manufacturing, it can be hospitality, it can be marketing, sales. It can be tech, because again, we're not coming in as experts in the field. We're coming in as your coach in the system and process. And you have that knowledge. You know your business, but you might not just know the tools that are going to make you much more successful in your business.
Now, is there a revenue average size for the company besides employees that you work with?
No. I mean, to be honest, because some companies, if we just look at revenue, they're selling or they're producing a high value item. And so their revenue may be, crazy, because to make up for their cost of goods sold is impacted there. So there's not really a revenue average. I would say what we've really found though is the size of the company is what's most important.
So a solopreneur, him and his assistant, wouldn't qualify because there isn't enough people to create that company culture yet, right? So like, for example, my business, I have a team of 17 plus me. So we're 18. So we would fall in that category regardless of my gross revenue.
Correct.
Awesome. And what would you say is the biggest benefit that you've seen through the clients that you have gone through the process?
Certainly. I hate to repeat myself, but the biggest benefit is that sense of control. So, and when I talk about control, we've taken back control of the business. We're reaching our goals. We have that time. And that's really that benefit it's almost invaluable at that point. But the other things like growth, like increased profits, like increased services, multiple locations, all of those things have happened. And if that is where that business wants to be, that's where we customize it, because some companies we're going to work with, they're not looking necessarily to grow tenfold. But then we'll go look at another company and they're looking, they want to expand 350%. And we can help each of those companies. And I'm not going to tell you what you want to do, because you know that answer. And if I was trying to do that, we're not going to be successful.
And you also provide some coaching as well outside of the system if people want to hire you just to come in as a consulting day and just kind of give them some direction, correct?
Absolutely. Anyone that's passionate about making a positive difference in their company and wants help, I'm more than happy to find a way to help them. And I'm going to be honest too, if they're not the right fit, I'm going to let them know. Because the last thing I want to do is try to provide a service that's not going to have the value in it. So I will work with the business leadership team, the entrepreneur, the owner, to customize a system that will work best for them. And sometimes that's the overall system, but sometimes it's just maybe a way to be a better boss. Or maybe we're looking at a way to implement a system to be sure we have people in right seats and right skills. And we'll make it happen.
And you also have some joint venture partners that you can refer out in different areas, such as marketing and strategic planning.
Oh, absolutely. The neat part about being in the business that I'm in is that you make partnerships with other businesses that are in similar spaces. And from that end, we can help each other out, because sometimes what the client needs is a little beyond my team's skill set. But I have a really good friend who has a team that has that skill set. And so we can simplify it for everyone and also make sure that there's continuity between what is actually needed and delivered.
Amazing. Well, if our viewers want to connect with you, want to learn more about the programs, your coaching services, what's the best way for them to do that, Tim?
The best way to get in touch with me is through my personal website, timcox360.com. From there, you can contact me through all my social media. You'll have my contact information, phone, email, etc.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Tim. I really appreciate it.
Ray, absolutely my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.